Welcome back to This is VANCOLOUR. My name is Mo Amir, and we've been chatting with one of the most powerful men in Vancouver, British Columbia, and Canada as a whole, the president and COO of the Jim Pattison Group, former BC Premier Glen Clark. Glen, this was an honor. I really have enjoyed this chat. So I was chatting with a buddy of mine. You might know him, the mayor of Port Coquitlam, Brad West.
I'm a huge fan.
And I asked Brad, I said, Brad, you know, when it comes to local politicians, BC politicians, past or present, who do you look up to or who do you really admire? And Brad looked at me and he said, you know what, Mo? I'm a Glen Clark guy. And I think after this conversation, I might be a Glen Clark guy. There's been a lot that's been said about you over the years and your tenure in office. But when you look back at your time in public office and even your time at the Jim Pattison Group, what would you hope your legacy to be in this province?
Well, first of all, I'm a Brad West guy, just for the record. He is terrific. I don't know, legacy's hard, right? Because you think physical things like, you know, the West Coast Express or something like that. But I would hope my legacy is really what I campaigned on, which is on your side, you know. I really, I always feel like the rich can take care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really need government programs. And so I always found myself trying to represent working people and the working class. And I tried to be pro-union. And I hope that's my legacy is people go, this is a guy that still believes in unions, that fights for working people.
And you grew up working class.
I certainly did. And I worked for a trade union and I'm very proud of that. And I think what we need is more politicians who care about working people. And that's all I really care about. To be at the end of the day, that's what animates me. It's sort of a class-based thing, not the new politics of today. And so I think that I'm hoping that people, if they really reflect on my time in politics, they know that I always fought for them.
Right. It's been about 20 years since you left office. Has your political ideology changed or evolved in that time?
Well, we always evolve, I hope, you know. Not really. I don't think philosophically have changed very much at all. I mean, I think I would be better at running a government. I think government is a difficult place and it's complicated to run and you really have to drive to make change. And so I think I'd be better at that today. And so I think I learned.
Is that a matter of age? Because when you were premier, you were 38 years old. I'm 37. I couldn't imagine sitting in that seat.
Maybe, but I think it's probably working for the Jim Pattison Group, you know, understanding operations. You know, in politics, you tend to spend a lot of time thinking about a decision. You make a decision and you go, oh, whew, that was hard. But actually, the hard part is getting it done after that. And so a lot of politicians make announcements, and it takes years and years and years for anything to happen, if at all. And I think what I've learned is execution is more important. And I think that's what I would bring to the party today. And that's probably my biggest evolution in my time in the last number of years is really realizing execution is more important.
I love it. Glen, this was an honor and a privilege and a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mo. Nice to be here.
Folks, that was former BC Premier and the current president and COO of the Jim Pattison Group. He might say otherwise, but we are buddies. He is Glen Clark. And folks, that's our show. But this TV broadcast is not enough. For more with Glen Clark, find This is VANCOLOUR wherever you listen to your podcasts, because we're going to record some overtime to talk more about BC politics. We're also going to talk about the new Conservative Party of Canada leader, Pierre Poilievre, our country's political climate, and maybe we'll find out if Glen Clark has one more political run in him. I promise you, you won't want to miss it. But in the meantime, this is VANCOLOUR, and I'm Mo Amir, telling you that in a province where you can be anything, be colorful. Peace.